Hey, my name is Rue, and I'm a filmmaker and photographer, and today we're in Puerto Rico, and we're going to be talking about how to elope here. So let's get started. So as an elopement filmmaker and photographer and planner, I've done a ton of elopements and destinations and adventure, and every time I sit down and have a phone call with a couple, I ask, what does a perfect Saturday mean to you? And sometimes that means for them going to the beach and having an elopement on the beach or in a tropical location such as this, where you can kind of combine it with your honeymoon, is a really great option. And today we're just kind of going to walk you through what it looks like to elope here, where you can find the adventure in Puerto Rico, really all you need to know about eloping here. So let's just jump kind of right into things. The legality, getting married legally here in Puerto Rico, is actually not as complicated as you might think. Getting your marriage license, all you need is a few documents and a medical test, and you're pretty much good to go. I'll put the link in the description of what exactly you need, and I'll breeze through it pretty quickly here, but for the most part, don't worry about getting the marriage license. It's actually a relatively simple process. You need your ID, you need your birth certificates, you need a medical clearance, you need an affidavit of intention, you need that IRS stamp that costs $150, and you need an officiant, a local officiant, to kind of guide you through it. So that is how you get your marriage license legally in Puerto Rico. Now let's dive into all of the best places to elope, because there are so many. And this is gonna be the fun part of the video, because I'm gonna take you around the island and show you all the things that I love, and hopefully share some of that passion with you as we go and explore this wonderful, magical place.
Stars are shining, I feel as good as you look. Yeah.
All right, so Old San Juan is definitely the top of the list of first places to elope here in Puerto Rico. As you can see from the beautiful saturated buildings behind me, this is kind of like the iconic places to visit while you're here in Puerto Rico. Home to all of the awesome forts and museums and nightlife, this is kind of the center of the action here in Puerto Rico. Amazing spots to visit. And like I said, whether or not you have your ceremony here, it doesn't really matter. You gotta visit Old San Juan while you're here in Puerto Rico. All right, so the second spot I would say on top places to elope here in Puerto Rico is definitely El Yunque rainforest. So this rainforest, as you can see behind me, super lush, super vibrant. There's over 240 different types of trees, amazing flora and fauna and birds and everything you can see. There's a waterfall behind me, so definitely amazing places to visit all over. It's only about an hour drive from San Juan, which is really convenient. If you rent a car or there are bus and shuttle services, that'll get you here as well. In terms of things to do in the park, you can kind of do really whatever you want. If you want to go hiking or zip lining or horseback riding or even camping in the park if you're feeling a little more adventurous, there's awesome stuff to do here, and I would definitely put this even just on your places to visit of things to do while you're in Puerto Rico, but definitely awesome spots for your ceremony or different activities to do after your ceremony is over. So yeah, spot number 2, El Yunque rainforest. All right, we are here in Rincon. This is a town on the northwestern tip of Puerto Rico. This is an awesome town for just surfing and sunsets. I'm gonna go catch a few waves now, but really all the things that you can do here is just surf, enjoy some nice sunsets, enjoy some nice places to eat, and yeah, just really get immersed in the Puerto Rican culture. So I'll be right back. So finally for me, what makes Puerto Rico really, really special, and especially a place to elope and honeymoon and just visit, I guess, in general, is right now, you look at me, you're like, oh, that's cool, a tropical beach, that's awesome, I definitely want to go there. But for me, what really makes Puerto Rico special and really sets it apart is just the amazing culture here. The people, the food, the music, it's so vibrant and so saturated with colors like in Old San Juan that we saw, and just such an amazing place that it's really worth diving into the culture while you're here too. So one thing culturally that I would recommend to visit and check out is just a bomba concert. Bomba is a type of musical style unique to Puerto Rico, and bomba has this really cool relationship between the dancer and the drummer. So the dancer will actually set the rhythm and the drummer will kind of follow whatever the dancer does. So it's a really fun musical style to watch. And other things worth checking out are, you know, maybe some street festivals. There's a lot of exciting things happening. So just kind of being aware and looking into what kind of festivals you could go to, different parades, different musical celebrations. There's kind of stuff going on almost all the time here. So being on the lookout for what festivals may be happening and really diving into that. I just think Puerto Rico is a really interesting place, right? Like technically this is a part of the US, which is kind of fascinating. But there is this really strong Puerto Rican culture and heritage that the local people are really proud of. And being able to see that and experience that while celebrating your love and getting married and extending it into a honeymoon is a really cool thing. So whether or not you end up going to a bomba concert on the day of your elopement doesn't really matter, but if you're out here and if you're looking for more things to do, checking out a bomba concert and more of the local culture is definitely something I recommend, because this is a pretty special place. So to conclude, I would just say really let your love kind of guide this experience, you know, like sit down with your partner and say, hey, what do we want out of this? Do we want waves crashing behind us? Do we want the beach? Do we want palm trees? Or do we want something a little more mountainous and snowy? Really sitting down with your partner and kind of guiding your experience that way and trying to determine what exactly do you want out of all of this. As an elopement filmmaker and photographer and planner, I've seen people do this, you know, I've seen people come out here and get married this way, and it's always really magical, you know, like really setting your intention about how you want to celebrate your love together is super, super special. And Puerto Rico is an awesome option. So if you're wondering how to do all this, and hopefully this video is helpful, if you also want to check out some of my other videos about just eloping in general, how to elope with your family, what to think about when you're booking vendors, maybe how to plan like a full day elopement, not just a ceremony and some pictures. Check out those videos. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I'm proud of you. Have the best day ever.